Hello, and welcome to the fifth episode of Something Fell, a YouTube show about Cerebus the Aardvark and Dave Sim. I'm Colin Blanchette. I'm here with Carl Stevens, cartoonist.
Hello.
And before we get started, Carl, let's talk about your work.
Great. Well, Penny is a book that I did about my cat that came out in 2021, and it started off as a full-page comic in the Village Voice, where it was about Penny being a prisoner in our apartment and her like ruminating on life. It's very philosophical, but it's also funny.
All right.
And is available from Chronicle Books still at like wherever you get books.
Great.
And Mother Nature is my most recent book, came out in 2023. It's a collaboration between myself, obviously, Jamie Lee Curtis and Russell Goldman, and it's a story about this New Mexico town called Ketch Creek that is ravaged by this oil company or like energy company, and it upsets this Navajo spirit who embodies one of the daughter of somebody who was killed by this company, and through this avatar seeks revenge on all the people that made it happen. So it's from Titan Comics and is also widely available still.
All right. And then for my part, I make a couple zines about comics. Canon is the main one. I and a few other guys, we write about what interests us, and you never know what that's going to be. Here's an article in New Crumb. Lots of interviews, reviews, random stuff. Always some Hernandez Brothers examinations going on in here. A new thing, 50 Things I Love About Fantagraphics. Exactly what it sounds like. A little zine talking about the history of the publisher of the world's greatest cartoonists. And we have a spin-off, Die With Your Mask On. The third issue, we have the 100 best superhero comics of all time. A silly exercise that we put way too much work into. But we had fun doing it, and we think we made a pretty good list. So canonzine.bigcartel.com. And thank you, Carl, for saying that.
Yeah.
All right. So Cerebus number 5.
Bran McMuffin.
Bran McMuffin. What do you think of this cover?
I love it. I love how it's just primary colors. I like those flames.
Mm-hmm.
I like the blacks. The like shadow is expertly done. Sims again proving himself to be a great designer and good at orchestrating simple shapes to create a compelling composition. I like how Cerebus really sticks out, being
Mm-hmm.
like kind of flat looking like gray thing up top.
Yeah.
I think it's great. And again with the the like Conan inspired lettering, at the bottom there.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool.
Yeah, agreed. I really like the Cerebus figure. He almost looks like he looks abstract compared to everything else.
Totally. I like those flames too, man.
Yeah, really good stuff.
White. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just leaving it white a little bit. So
yeah,
I wonder how he was coloring it, I mean, I'm sure it's like a photostat kind of thing, but
yeah, this is definitely a different cover than the previous ones. Like a little more ambitious in terms of its layout and color. The last 2 issues were just 2 characters facing each other. So pretty cool to see. He's got his little design hatching he does, and he's got it all over the place. But definitely isn't. I mean, these bricks down here just sort of fade out into abstraction.
Yeah. But you like need them there. I feel like if it was black, like wouldn't be interesting,
Yeah, for sure.
And also, like I want to note his like signature being in
Mhm.
white. That's like a nice
Yeah.
tick, because it like gets you to like notice, you like see his signature. Like I had this painting teacher say that the like your signature should be like the second thing that you notice about the painting.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah, I wonder if Sim had that teacher. I wonder if he would have had a better way to put the price on these last few issues.
yeah,
It's that to me this is like the holdout kind of amateurish thing about these covers.
yeah,
And eventually he'll have them, in a more typeset professional manner. But
yeah, that's a good point. Yeah,
but
yeah.
all right, let's go to what's that, Carl?
Oh, nothing. I didn't do anything. I think that was just me turning the page.
Okay. A note from the publisher. You want to handle this one?
Yeah, sure. Okay. A note from the publisher. This is one issue that instead of almost finishing the comic book, it almost eliminated the artist and publisher. Things had gotten a bit tight for money, and so naturally things got a bit rough. Money, or rather the lack of it, has a way of doing that to your life. But publishers aren't supposed to complain about such things. After all, that's what qualifies us for the game, the willingness to put our money on the line. However, some of us end up putting a bit more of ourselves on that proverbial line. You'll be happy to note that you were given a hint to Cerebus's origins in this issue. I must admit it wasn't enough to satisfy my curiosity, but trade secrets are difficult things to pry out of artists. I have a feeling that Dave's saving it for a real smashing story in the future. Cerebus's adventures are slowed down a bit this issue, which is nice as it helps me to catch my breath. I've never known an aardvark to get himself in so many close situations, but then I don't know too many aardvarks. And I suppose that if you're short and have a big nose, you learn to carry a sword with you. If I had to carry that much weight on my face, I'd be short-tempered too. But there are times for Cerebus that being an aardvark can mean more than just looking funny. If that sounds like a lead into a story, you bet your booties it is. So read on, Denise Loubert. I feel like that's an interesting insight into where the relationship probably is.
Yes.
Dave's just kind of huddled away, like working on this stuff, and Denny's, is kind of like waiting outside the door.
Yeah. What I wondered about is, she's talking about Cerebus's origins. Do you think Dave had the origin figured out, or do you think he was even thinking about it at this time?
I wonder. I mean, they seem to be getting more and more ambitious, as we'll see. So I'm sure it's like percolating at this point, because, well, it's also like the issue of money. I mean, I'm sure that was a concern. So maybe it was percolating because he was thinking, okay, if I'm going to commit to this, I'm going to have to start to really build this world and get people to keep coming back. So I'm sure it was definitely on his mind, but like definitely I don't think he had it as fleshed out as she's hoping that he did.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about this first page here. What are your thoughts about this giant splash he opens up with?
Again, I think it's a giant leap forward artistically. He's really pulling out a lot of cool, like black and white illustration. There's like the scratch board with like the rain. I mean, I like the way that the rain is diagonal. On this page. And that like grass is pretty impressive. Just like all the different textures that he's able to come up with. We haven't seen him do anything that sensitive before. Like there's like a delicacy to like the like puddles that Cerebus is splashing through. Like, and again, like same with the grasses and. I mean, it's very impressive display of his like technique. I also like the like shadow underneath Cerebus is like another bit of tone.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
So that's kind of an interesting risk, you know.
That is, yeah. These mountains back here,
Yep.
just
Yeah.
a hint, just they're barely perceptible there.
Yeah.
Um,
I think those are also tones, or maybe like the bottom
yeah,
one, the like darker one, but then like the lighter one, he might have. I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to
ten
tell.
pointillism.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean this one's so clearly a tone. You're right. That is,
it's very mechanical. Yeah.
yeah. Cerebus is kind of the worst thing about the page.
Yeah. It's a great landscape. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Um, all right. Well, so I guess we'll start with the story here that Cerebus is on the move again, and he's drifted west into the Red Marshes in employ of Turin, a mercenary captain. And so basically, he's got a helmet, he's got a sword, he's working as a mercenary somewhere, and he's just trying to get out of the elements. And here's more of your diagonal rain. It looks like manga speed lines,
Yeah, it does totally. Again with this splash, then it's interesting. But then like the rain like shifts, and then at the end it becomes vertical.
Yeah,
and I'm not sure I'm kind of into that. I don't know.
No.
It's like he's using like a ruler or something to make it as well, which it's just like a little too straight. I don't know.
Yeah, you can also see some of the lines don't even reach the top of the panel, and a couple of them go over the panels. It's a little rough.
Yeah.
Even though he's using a mechanical object, he's not quite as tight as he could have been.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not bothered by that. I mean, I feel like rain,
Sure.
shouldn't be tight. It should be more like free. I mean, that could be like a whole episode in itself, just talking about rain in comics.
That's right.
There's so many great like displays. I mean, like I always think of like those Calvin and Hobbes strips where Calvin's like waiting in the rain, and just some people are just very like masterful at it. Anyway.
Yeah, Eisner, big rain guy.
Eisner. Eisner, big rain guy.
Big rain guy. All right. Well, he hides himself in this tree, and these I don't know. Like, they look like barbarians. Do you think that's what they're supposed to be?
Or they're they're in they're like Peter Frampton's backing band.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, Cerebus refers to them as savages, or yes, the narration does. The third person narration refers to them as savages.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they find him, and they're taken aback, and they must take him to Bran Mufin.
It's like their cult leader.
Yes, a reference to the fantasy character Bran Morn. And then we get into this next page. This next page is just pure vertical lines all over the place. Looks like an old TV that needs to be adjusted.
Yeah, and there's something about like the way that they're spaced, especially on the left-hand page and like the top there. Yeah, it just doesn't feel like rain to me. I mean, I feel like it's like too evenly, spaced. It's just like it just needs to be like more random and like more slanted. I mean, I'm guessing he was just, he didn't trust himself enough as an artist to just to be as like free as he probably should.
Yeah.
Or to like cover up the like figures that he drew. I'm sure he did the rain, last, obviously. So he like, didn't want to ruin what he probably thought was like good drawing.
Yeah, this panel especially looks like it has a screen tone on it.
Yeah, 100%. And also that like middle panel on the left page, the like silhouette. I feel like that was a missed opportunity to, instead of just making it a black silhouette, to, have it be I feel like an asshole saying this because he's like this 22-year-old kid. But if it was more, if it was like Hatch, if he like delineated like those forms of, the figures in the tree with, just like hatching, that would be
sure.
Anyway.
Yeah, maybe some lighting effects or something. Yeah. And this at the risk of putting modern sensibilities on top of this whole sequence here is sort of a it seems to be kind of a homophobic joke.
Oh yeah, right.
And it's not explicit, but that's sort of it's sort of a I'm not saying it goes over the line by any means, but it just sort of stands out a little bit. It kind of comes out of nowhere. He doesn't like the guy standing behind him too closely, and it doesn't seem to be because he's worried about getting stabbed with a knife or something,
Stabbed with a penis.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's sort of to modern eyes, you catch that more than you probably would have back then. It probably would have just been, oh, haha, a little chuckle. Now it stands out a little bit more in 2026.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm sure it stood out back then too.
Yeah,
but it was it was accepted. Yeah,
that's true. Yeah, our sensitivities are heightened. Even ours.
I mean, as they should be, Colin.
Yeah, that's right. This panel to me is very funny. This expression that Cerebus has.
Yeah. Like we haven't seen that yet. Him just kind of looking like blasé, I guess.
Mm-hmm. He's impressed with their weapon, according to the narration, but that's not necessarily the look on his face.
Yeah, I guess that's a hard expression to make.
Yeah,
like a cartoon character.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he just looks kind of slightly bemused.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, like you can see like the drawing kind of falling off a little bit too from that first page. I feel like he just put everything into it, and now he's just got to scramble. Like doesn't it seem like there's like it seems kind of rushed?
It does. These sort of Barry Windsor Smith characters seem very stock. And there's no other background of any kind. I guess here he does some grass. But you're right. And then these panels are just very wide open. He's filling them with the rain marks.
Yeah, something like crowded about it. I mean, it's like a rare like sloppiness. He's not like considering the like page layout at all. He's just kind of like, there's something very amateurish about it.
Yes, he is. He's getting his full sort of Looney Tunes on with some of these expressions. But yeah, you're right. Everything seems just kind of a little phoned in, considering how full the page seems. And then you go to the next page. Yeah, just more rain. I wonder if he doubted this visual element at any point.
Yeah, I wonder. Yeah, I mean, I guess not. I guess he's just kind of leaning into it, like at this point.
Yeah,
really wanted it to, look good. I mean, not look good, but he's like, well, I should just stick with it like throughout. But again, it was like because it doesn't seem like it would be. It seemed like it would be easier just to go in there with like a pen and just like make all this like random rain. I mean, he really looks like he's using like a ruler, and like that. Yeah. Speaking as someone who does this, like it would be way more time consuming to like, get out a straight edge and try to make those vertical lines than to just do it freehand,
Yeah, for sure.
It would be quicker, but maybe that's just like, coming from someone who's been doing that for like 30 years.
Yeah, it's true. This figure here might be the worst figure he's drawn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, like those shoulders, it's like his arms are like both broken.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Um,
it's-
the rest of these, I mean, he's doing a reasonable kind of Barry Windsor Smith impression on some of these other guys, but um, yeah, like these figures, he often, when things are in the distance, he'll not put out a lot of effort towards them.
yeah.
Which I get, I get taking some shortcuts for sure, but considering how spare these pages are, he doesn't have Gerhard yet, to fill these pages up. So, um,
Yeah. That's
but
true.
his lettering is not surprisingly great. But here he does the sound effect, the smaller lettering. He has the little lines at the bottom of the thought balloon.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you can definitely see him like developing like that more. I mean, he seems to be thinking about the like lettering in a serious way. I mean, like all of his like talents seem to be kind of developing in the same way, except for
Yeah.
his like figure drawing. It's like he's still somewhat committed to try to make these like realistic figures. He hasn't decided to go full cartoon yet.
That's right. Yeah, and ironically, the figures look a lot better when he does decide to make that leap.
It's true. Yeah.
So,
well, because I think it figures out that language, because
Yeah.
like that's the thing with comics is that like it is like each individual artist's like language that they like develop, or like handwriting, I guess.
mhm.
So
Um,
anyway.
so he's walking with these guys. He stinks when his fur gets wet. He smells terrible.
Right.
I think this
That's
is the
like-
first time they make reference to that. Is that right?
Yeah. I think that's like the one joke like throughout this issue too, right?
Yeah.
It's that his fur stinks, and it's described in like different ways, but
Yeah.
it's like garbage and shit.
Well, so he's going with these guys, and they're going to go underground to where these guys live.
Mhm.
They're the Picts, right? Picts. I believe that's the name of the people.
Right.
And it's amazing to me when you look at this just as a spread, how great this looks. Once we get out of this white space with just the lines for rain, how great these panels are.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, he seems to be in his element when he's working with solid blocks.
Yeah.
Like that's where he like really shines. It's that like orchestration. I love that ladder, like on the
Mhm.
left panel. Just
Yeah.
going down. Like that's such a cool effect.
Yeah,
I mean,
it looks great.
Yeah, the like foreshortening too is, like on the figure.
Mm-hmm.
That's almost like a psychedelic quality.
Are you surprised how good he is with the blacks at this stage of his development?
I am, yeah. I mean, I feel like
Yeah.
that's one of the hardest things, because like it just seems like he's thinking about the blacks as like shapes,
Mhm.
So that instead of just thinking of it as like dark space, he's like thinking them as like just these awkward shapes that he has to fit into something that's like balanced and like looks good.
Mhm.
So I think there's something like smart about that. I'm sure he's not aware of it, but he just seems to have this like intuitive like notion about what looks good on the picture plane.
Yeah. Cerebus really pops in this last panel here.
Mhm.
Yeah. So they go downstairs to the ladder. Now they're in this subterranean place. Gets a little brighter, but
Mhm.
gives him chances to do all of these little hatching marks that he likes to do.
Yeah.
The bricks again, always the even bricks.
Yeah.
The floors.
Yeah. Yeah, there's like an obsessive quality to like a lot of his work, like with like all the mark making and the shadow stuff that hatching, that Jasper Johns hatching that he keeps bringing back.
Mm-hmm.
It seems that like he really enjoys just making those marks. Even if like they don't totally make sense all the time. It's interesting.
Yeah, this panel to me almost seems like a Roy Lichtenstein painting.
Yeah,
something about the close up of the half of the face,
right. Which means it's kind of like a Silver Age, or maybe like an EC.
Yeah,
it's a Wally Wood kind of look to it, I think.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. This very dramatic figure with the shadows, and then he's making another joke about how bad Cerebus smells. It's a nice contrast.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. It's like all the human, like these like pigists, like have, they have no expressions on their faces.
That's right. Yeah,
they're all very staid, and like their hairlines shift a lot too.
That's right. Yeah,
like
they all generally look the same.
Yeah, the like bottom right panel in particular.
This one here, or this one here?
Yeah, that one on the on the hand side.
Yeah. That hairline is creeping back.
Yeah.
So he gets brought to Bran Mufin and introduced. And he has the same sort of surprise reaction the other guys did when they met Cerbus up on the surface.
Yeah.
And he wants to talk. Once again, we had a little weirdness with some of these faces, some of these figures, the hairlines. But I mean, like, this is a really beautiful panel, the background,
Yeah. And that's like a hint of something else too, with the guy looking up and down. That's he employs. I mean, that's like a classic thing to do in comics, but I feel like he's using it for the first time.
I think you're right. I don't think I've seen him do that. And this will be like a Lord Julius.
The like double take. Yeah,
the double take. Yeah, that's great. Good call. Yeah, he hasn't utilized that yet. And the story's, it's kind of dramatic. Where did he come from? Oh, I want to talk to him. And so he decides he's going to talk to Cerebus. He hands him a cup of fermented goat's blood. Let we get this.
Tone the Cerebus. Yeah, that's I like that. That's like a nice little like witty thing to do, to just not use the tone to show that he's drank something awful.
Yeah,
lost all the color. Pale.
Yeah. Once again, he's putting more effort into these hatch marks here than he is into the men.
But it's like a compositional thing too, because like he has like black up top, and it looks balanced. It's a good way to like get out of drawing a background, and still have it, like read.
Yeah, no, you're right. And I mean, even this figure, even though he's kind of loose, looks nice, nice looking sort of portrait of this guy. Cerebus takes the opportunity to dump out the rest of his drink. I mean, he's really getting more comfortable with the comedy in this thing.
Yeah, and that's definitely like a pot plant too, right? I mean, like the top left panel on that page.
Oh, good call. Yeah, you're right.
It's just like,
yeah, you're right. I hadn't even noticed that.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
For the stoners out there reading this.
Also of interest here, the phrase paranoid schizophrenic with delusions of grandeur is not in the aardvark's vocabulary. That's kind of funny because he doesn't reference the real world very often, but also That's probably something you could apply to Dave Sim, right? So
100%, yeah, that's autobio, but it's also like what, late 19th century, early 20th century, like.
Mhm. That's right.
I mean, is did like Freud come up with that?
Yeah, it's real foreshadowing though.
Yeah, 100%.
For what he would be dealing with eventually, or maybe he was
Yeah.
already dealing with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
These are you pointed out though, these panels are really nice with the black on top and the hatching below. Yeah, all these panels just look really nice. I really like how Cerebus is developing each issue. And it's actually happening earlier than I remembered.
Yeah, same. Yeah, it's like a real joy to like see that. I mean, like that's, I think, one of the main reasons I wanted to do this was just to see this like development of an artist, like month to month, and it's really proving to be as interesting as I thought it would be.
Yeah, even when we point out maybe weaknesses or flaws, he's combining it with gains in other areas. I mean,
learning,
Yeah, and I mean, just in this is just a great couple pages here.
Yeah, especially on the right, that wordless page. He hasn't really tried that before.
Yeah, no, this looks so strong.
It's just great, like word building. Yeah, like that like middle suite of panels, especially. It's just really something. Especially that panel in the middle.
Yeah,
it's like where the cover comes from, but it's.
Yes. Yeah. Good. You're right. Good call. I really like this panel. I think it's really striking.
Very Eisner-y too.
Yes, you're right. Which I'm sure he was looking at the time.
Was Dennis Kitchen doing the Spirit magazine?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. And certainly, Contract with God would have been out already.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah.
Eisner was coming back into vogue.
Yeah, exactly. Becoming accessible again too.
Right.
But yeah, really nice looking. I mean, these blacks are just so kind of deep and rich, and especially with this toned character and this, he's not an albino, but he kind of draws him like he is. And they really pop against those panels. But this page here is a real stunner, I think.
100%. It's the best one in the issue.
Yeah. And then we lighten up again. He finds them having a kind of, a meeting of all of these picks, and they've been waiting for, it's the picks, PIGTS, sorry. And they have been waiting, for this. And here is this statue that looks like Cerebus.
Right. Which is going to be freaky.
Yeah, exactly. And a rare splash page in the middle of the story too.
I wish it was rendered more, it's too bad he didn't spend more time developing it. I feel like at this point he did have the skills to do something interesting, but there's like a rushed quality, especially with the figure and that just single torch there, that could have done a lot more.
It's true. And I feel like these steps should probably be skewed a bit. This figure, this figure is at an angle, because if he was dead on, you wouldn't be able to see the tail or anything. But the steps are going straight.
That's true.
And these guys are down here like they're in an orchestra pit. It's kind of funny. I mean, on this page, you see the crowd down here, and they're almost like Harvey Kurtzman figures. They're just a little, horseshoe with some shading and then vertical lines going through.
Yeah, they're like barely figures.
Barely at all. Yeah. And then we go to a dark spread again, as he decides he's gonna maybe deal with this statue on his own terms.
Yeah.
Here he is
And then
with the lighting effects he likes to employ.
Yeah, right. Yeah, with the white paints, to create that shimmer. I really like the page on the right too. Again, he's using that like narrow panel, like staircase effect.
Yeah.
And then the like abstract quality of like the like cross shading, I guess, or like whatever that's supposed to be. So it's like not just
here.
Like but it like kind of creates like a nice balance, I guess. Just having
he likes
horizontal.
that.
Yeah. Yes.
I don't know. I mean, without digging through a pile of 70s comics, it's hard to tell if anybody else is doing this, but he's just willing to put in these total abstractions as sort of fake lighting effects.
He's going for it, I mean, like the whole issue was just littered with that, like these weird mark makings, but it's almost like abstract comics. It almost reminds me of like Chris Reynolds, that like British cartoonist.
Yeah.
It's kind of similar with like the blacks and just these weird like shading marks,
You're right, yeah. So he's now staring at this thing, and he determines he's going to destroy it in a very in character reaction to something. What will become Cerebus's character, at least, it's like he just takes the most direct path and decides to reduce it to rubble.
Hulk smash.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I guess it shows like his animal side,
Yeah. I think this page could have done with some panel breaks. He does have a line separating these images, but
yeah, that is interesting. Like, there's no gutter,
Yeah. And I wonder why he made that decision. I feel like they would have benefited from that a little bit, but
yeah, I wonder. Well, I mean, maybe he like wanted those like top panels, like the like debris of the statue to like kind of overlap. Like it kind of creates this, explosion of like, maybe it's just because it's the debris is going into each panel, so like it has this, like movement to it.
Yeah. This punch here feels very just actiony, I guess. I'm trying to think of it's really dynamic.
It's good.
Yeah, there's you really feel the force of his punch there. These are more like superhero poses, especially this.
Yeah, that's a bit awkward, and like his just got like giant. Odd foreshadowing.
Yeah. But this and even these are not too bad. Even they're a little more static. But this one here feels especially dynamic.
Feels like he like connected.
Yeah, and here's more of those lighting backgrounds, and this weird diamond thing he's doing for the ground. He did that back here as well.
Right.
It's kind of totally a different.
It's a weird, another obsessive like tick,
Yeah.
He like ruled that all out and then just like, filled it in. It's almost like great. Like I've seen like Wrightson do that when he's like, drawing like vents or something. Like like an air vent. It almost looks like that.
Yeah, it looks mechanical in a way that
but it's
nothing else in this world does.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. What's that made out of?
Yeah, right. Brushed metal. Okay, so he's completely destroyed the thing, and he very casually makes his way out, and he goes up to the surface, and that's where it ends. No more vertical rain. A nice little silhouette shot at the end. He's very small.
I want to say that last panel, this is going to be a weird comparison, but like it reminds me of Garrett Price. Those like white boy comics.
White boy, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always kind of looking at those comics, and
the
way that Price like drew clouds were like kind of similar. Like he would just do these, I mean, for like a sunset or something, he would just kind of put some like black in there and then like a little bit of hatching around it.
Yeah.
That's just what it brings to mind, but I'm sure it's like a million things. So.
Yeah, I wonder if he would have. I doubt he would have had access to those at the time.
Well,
but,
I mean, maybe that like the Bill Blackbeard newspaper comics.
Yeah, good call. Good call.
Yeah, written that.
And that would have been in black and white, right? Whereas
that's all color.
It is all color. Okay. But yeah, the nice striking image to end. I'm glad that this him leaving and stuff is just one page. He's just out. No dealing with the repercussions of his actions at all. He's gone. But it's good storytelling that he doesn't feel the need to wrap everything up in a bow all the time.
It's it's an ongoing series, so he's like, maybe I'll come back to it.
Exactly. And then we have a crowd pleaser, the map again.
Yes, Ocean Sea.
Ocean Sea.
Let's go farther west, get to the Ocean Sea.
Yeah, every time it cracks me up. I'll be curious to see when this finally stops appearing.
Yeah.
And then we get to Aardvark comments.
Mm-hmm.
Michael T. Gilbert sent him a drawing.
Yeah, I saw that. It's really cool.
Yeah, it is cool. Would Michael T. Gilbert have been doing anything professionally at that point, or was he just a fan?
I'm guessing he's just a fan. He's just a young fan. Yeah. I'm not sure when he started, but I mean, just judging by the drawing, and
yeah, the Cerebus is pretty rough, but his character seems, decent. Formed at least is like what it's supposed to look like.
Yeah,
but I would guess that's the first time he ever tried to draw Cerebus.
Yeah, probably. And then there's like a little note on the distributors. It's still Seagate and his full comic store now and then, but then also Bud was that Bud Plant last issue? I forget.
I think he might have shown up in the last issue. Okay. But yeah, now Bud Plant is here, and he will be a major distributor until the late 80s when he gets bought out by Diamond. Right. And Bud Plant was, an instrumental guy in keeping a lot of these comics going when there probably wasn't much demand.
He was the John Porcellino of his day.
That's right. Yeah, for sure. Seagate will crash on the rocks. They actually get sued at one point for being a monopoly.
Oh, really? I didn't know.
Yeah, and they're forced to give up business basically, and then Phil Seuling will die, and that will they'll spiral out after that. They're gone by the mid 80s. But they're the ones who got it started for sure. I love this ad for the next issue.
Yeah, me too.
There's nothing here, but he does so much with all of this negative space.
Yeah. Again, yeah, he just has this like innate like understanding, like how to organize a picture plane. You can do a lot with a little.
Yeah. So, do you think this script is some sort of font?
I would like pull the comic down a little bit. It's actually off camera. Okay.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. He's it seems almost too good to be hand done.
I think it is a font.
Yeah.
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 So, which is rare.
Yeah, for sure. This is mechanical. This is typeset.
Yeah.
Which is like a jump up in his professionalism to do that. But yeah, just the single image here in the corner is fantastic.
Yeah, it's very effective.
Yeah, and not trying to give us the full cover of the
Yeah,
next issue.
Smart.
Yes. Yeah, and then this ad on the back, which is pretty. What's that?
Speak of the Devil.
Speak of the Devil, Phil Seuling. Yeah. And this thing's pretty garish. I mean, it looks like this could have been on the back of a Marvel comic of the era.
Yeah.
And maybe it was.
I mean, probably it could have been.
Yeah.
Dennis Kitchen doing the drawing.
That's right. Yeah. Dennis Kitchen drawing. The Comic Book Marketplace, longest running comic book show in the nation.
To have been able to go to that, Colin.
I agree. It would have been amazing. Yeah. Yes, I purchase comic books.
I know, it's so great. It's so innocent, you know.
It really is. Yeah, it's the 11th annual and it's the longest running. Which is pretty amazing.
So pure. So beautiful.
Yeah, it doesn't give any details. It says guests, exhibits, artwork, but there's no names of people. Yeah. They have a costume parade, slideshows, talks.
Yeah. If like anyone watching this knows who the guests were, please put it in the comments.
That's right, please. And Carl, I'm glad you said that because this is a good time to shout out a couple of commenters on these videos. James Windsor Smith has corrected a couple of mistakes that we've made, which I really appreciate. Thank you, James, for doing that. And also want to say thank you to Sleepy Reader, who is a longtime comics YouTuber. He sent me a message pointing out some of the similarities of Dave Sims' layouts to Barry Windsor Smith's. So we keep referencing Barry Windsor Smith, but neither Carl or I are experts in those Conans. But if you go back and look, you'll see tentacle monsters. You'll see the long vertical panels. I mean, it's Sim really was going for that style and doing it effectively. I think
that's some homework for us, Colin. Gotta pull out those red nails issues.
That's right. Well, Red Nails I wouldn't mind reading. I think some of the other stuff I'm more than happy to let the commenters correct us.
I didn't say you have to read them, Colin.
Yeah, just look at it. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the further along you get with Windsor Smith, the more a pleasure it is to look at those.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, I think that's it. Thank you to anyone who tuned in, and we'll be back again with Cerebus number 6.
That's right. Look forward to it. All right.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.